Hey everyone, welcome back to new content of Cybrosys. In today's video, we will discuss about manufacturing in two-step. So manufacturing in two-step in Odoo is further classified into different phases. That is, first we have to pick the components. The components or the required raw materials will be picked from the warehouses and will be moving into the production area. So this picked item will be reserved for manufacturing of the particular item, and once this is reserved, the item will be using for manufacturing the item. So in order to manufacture the item, this will undergo with different operations like drilling, assembling, and many more. So let's see how can we manage the manufacturing of an item in two-step in Odoo 80. To manage with the two-step manufacturing order, first we have to enable the multi-step routes from the configuration settings of the inventory. This would like you to manage your own routes for manufacturing. And afterwards, you can move on to the configuration. And under the manufacturing, we have to choose manufacture in two steps. That is, we have to pick the components from the warehouse and we have to move that item into the manufacturing center in order to manufacture the item. Now, in this case, we will be manufacturing a table. So, in order to manufacture a table, we know different components are required. And while manufacturing an item, first we have to define a bill of material. In this case, you can see that we are going to manufacture the product table with one quantity and we are just going to do two-step manufacturing with a BOM type as manufacture this component. And we require certain components such as tabletop with one quantity, table leg with four quantity, bolt with 10 4 quantity and screw with 10 quantity. And we will be performing an operations over here with assembling of the item from the assembly work center. Now let's move on to the manufacturing module. From the manufacturing module, we can just manufacture the item. In order to manufacture the item, let's move on to the manufacturing orders, and here you can just click on new button. By filling out the bill of material, all other details will be auto-populated. Now you can see everything is ready. So here you can see the location, that is Cybro pre-production. Now we have to confirm this. And when we just confirm the manufacturing order, you can see a transfer will be created. And under work orders, you can see that the status will be set as waiting for the components. In this case, we know that first we have to pick the components and we should move the item into the production area. So we haven't picked the item. That's why it's showing that we are waiting for the component. So the operation that we are just going to do is the picking of the components, and that will be moving to the pre-production area. Now let me click on validate so that you can see that now the item is moved to the pre-production area and we can just start with the manufacturing of the item. In order to start or do the manufacturing, you can just click on start and you can see that this uh, records the real-time duration of the manufacturing of the product. Now, once the manufacturing is done, actually you can just go with the done button. But in this case, you will get an invalid operation because we have to consider the quality check using the shop floor before making work order as done. We know shop floor is a module which is introduced in Odoo 17 in order to do the quality check and other manufacturing process in order to manage it with the work centers. Now let's move on to the shop floor, and here we are just going to manufacture the item from the work center assembly line 1. And here we have to undergo with 9 operations. First, we have to generate the serial number. So once the instructions are given, that will be marked over here. The second step is that we have to provide the image of the table. So you can just get the table image from your system and you can just attach it over here. So it's mandatory to give because we have given a quality check over here likewise. So click on validate and provide the table head serial number. So once that's done, you can just move on with the validate button. Now ensure you're using the um, new SRX 679 screwdriver. So let's go with next and you can just check the quality. So if it's pass, move on with pass, and you can provide the degree over here. That is angles formed by two adjacent wooden panels at the bottom left hand corner. So you can click on validate and afterwards move on to next. And here we know in order to manufacture a table, we require 4 legs. So set the quantity that we just need to consume and click on validate. And if you want to print the labels, you can just print that. And the label will be printed behind the database. So we have provided the instruction and check the quality. Now we can just click it as mark as done and we can just close the production. And as we just move on to the manufacturing order, you can see that we have completed the manufacturing order. So in this case, as you just move on to the traceability, you can see that we have manufactured the item and that is moved into the stock with one quantity. Now, as you just move on to the product moves, here also you can see that the final product is manufactured using different components with the respective quantities. Now, you can also just move on to the overview, and this gives a clear understanding of the quantity that is used for manufacturing the table with the unit cost and real cost, and as well as it also shows the assembly, the work center that is used with the operation and who has done with the manufacturing. So that's how we just deal with the manufacturing in two-step in Odoo 18. So I hope this video clarifies how to manage the manufacturing order in two-step. And if you want Odoo customizations or Odoo tutorial videos, feel free to contact Cybrosys. As always, stay awesome and thank you for watching the video.